Hi everyone, welcome you all in the class and very good evening to all. Good afternoon, good evening. I don't know from where you all are, but uh, some people are in India, some are in the different country. So that's why good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Okay, so I hope I'm audible, everyone.
Good evening, Pankaj.
A
Yeah,
very good evening, Ramsri and RK. Good afternoon, I believe for you, RK.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So how are you guys? I hope you all are doing great today.
yeah,
Okay, so I
yeah,
hope you guys are excited to continue our session again where we left in the previous class. We discussed some basic fundamental where I just explain about the routing protocols, routed protocol, 𝗵𝗃, control plane, data planes. So I hope you guys are able to recall those things. These are just fundamental, just basics. It's not like it's mandatory for the SD-WAN course. It's not mandatory. If you're going to learn SD-WAN, people will assume you have this kind of the knowledge, but that's my way of teaching people. I initially go with the very basics, so you guys are quickly aligned with the key principle, key fundamental of the any technology, and then definitely will move on the core concept of the SDN, right? All right, so there is a good progress for you all. What is a good progress? Because you know that SD-WAN is getting a lot of improvement. Earlier, we have some portfolio for the SD-WAN. Let me talk about that. And then quickly I'll back on again on the course content. So probably you guys are might be aware or not aware, but there is a history, right, for the SD-WAN as well. And we have to understand those history as well. And from where we started and from where we all, make this SD-WAN journey and right now where we are. So I will try to explain. So as I mentioned that SDN is the concept, right? And this SDN concept basically have the key fundamental that is known as a software-defined networking, and that was the blueprint. And this software-defined networking further classify into the multiple section. Like if you're going to learn about the SDN, you're going to find with the multiple key technologies. The very first thing you're going to get as a SD-WAN, that is software defined wide network. Then we also have to go with the SD access. If you guys not aware, who are the new in the session or might be not have any fundamentals, so you might be don't know what is SD access. That is also known as the SD LAN. Okay, this SD LAN or SD access is the same thing. Let me write on top a little bit. So SD LAN, you can just talk about that, or might be we can just call as a SD access. So both are the same thing. So this is the second component of the SDN. Third is going to be your ACI. That is for the application centric infrastructures. So if you want to become a full-fledged SD-WAN engineer, so probably you have to, means not SD-WAN, SDN engineer. So you have to start with this all three courses. Like you have to start learning about that SD-WAN, you have to start learning about the SD access, and also you have to learn about the ACI. So these courses are designed in such a way where probably you are going to learn everything about the WAN technologies. And that's why SD-WAN is there. And this just replacing your legacy WAN infrastructure. And everything is going on the SD-WAN. And we have a lot of key features available in the SD-WAN. If you're going to compare with the WAN technology, which I'm going to tell today, that is a core agenda. And I'll talk some more topic as well. So SDN is going to be give one flavor as SD-WAN who have the lot of improvement if you compare with the SD not normal WAN technologies. Similarly, for the LAN infrastructure, we have the legacy method, like we have a two-tier architecture, we have a three-tier architecture, means where we have the access layer, distribution layer, core layer. And based on that, we design our LAN infrastructure. And that was a completely like manual way of doing the all configuration monitoring and troubleshooting. So this SD access give the new improvement for the LAN infrastructure, means how it is going to based on the AI driven LAN infrastructure, how it is going to be based on the automated way to design the policy, configure the policy, troubleshoot any issue like any LAN infrastructure, wireless infrastructure, any kind of the your identity server infrastructure, how you can do the troubleshooting in the automated way, how you can create the policies. So that was your SD-LAN or SD access. That is a different course completely. But yes, there is a lot of demand in the SD access also in the market. So this is the WAN, this is the LAN, and there is a data center also. And we cannot exclude data center. It's a very critical. So how I can make the data center also based on the policy based driven data center, automation based AI based data centers. So where ACI is going to come in a picture. So ACI is application centric infrastructure. And this ACI also, you can do policy configuration. You can configure your data center infrastructure in the leaf and spine models. And you can do a lot of like VXLAN is going to be there. Your EVPN is going to be there. MPBGP, I mean, a lot of things are going to be there. So if you are really interested to learn data center, there's a lot of scope because across the globe, whatever the organizations we have, they must be going to host their application in data center. So data centers are going to be always crucial component, very important component. And the engineer who have the data center knowledge, they also always is going to be very high demand. So any flavor you're learning in the SDN platform, it's going to be unique skills. Choice is yours, right? Definitely we'll go WAN, that is a more demanding, then we can go LAN, then go data center. So I would not say you can just go learn one technology means all technology one go. You go one by one, and then probably you're going to get more understanding once you start working on the multiple flavors. So we are targeting our training, that is SD-WAN. Now let's focus on the SD-WAN. Why it is Catalyst SD-WAN? Okay, why it's a Catalyst SD-WAN? Is there any reason to writing here Catalyst SD-WAN? And especially I'm mentioning the codes as well. Why it is written here? Earlier in my labs, you're not going to find these codes and you're not going to find this Catalyst SD-WAN. This might be going to find as a Cisco SD-WAN. Okay, and many people are learning the SD-WAN might be Cisco. Even I keep teaching on the courses on the Cisco SD-WAN. Might be when you find in the industry, people are teaching on the 𝗵𝗃 SD-WAN. So means there is a 𝗵𝗃 SD-WAN. Let me write in the right sequence. It's not right sequence. So probably you're going to find in the technology, some people are talking about, hey, I want to learn the 𝗵𝗃 SD-WAN. Some people say, no, I want to learn Cisco SD-WAN. Okay, that's fine. Somebody is going to say, no, I want to learn the Catalyst SD-WAN. So which SD-WAN should I learn? Is it the same or they are different? So I'm going to talk about these basic fundamentals. So you guys having the right understanding, right concept. What is the 𝗵𝗃 SD-WAN? What is Cisco SD-WAN? And what is the Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN? Might be I can put in the right word here, like Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN. So you have to understand some basic difference. So see, 𝗵𝗃 was one of the company, and it's a very good company, trust me. They build a very, very good product. And when they build the product around 2014 and 15, they built the SD-WAN solutions, and it became very popular in the market. And the 𝗵𝗃 SD-WAN actually, the employee from the 𝗵𝗃, basically they earlier they were employing for the Cisco, right? And they separated themselves from the Cisco and they built a company that is 𝗵𝗃, and then they built the 𝗵𝗃 SD-WAN. So that was the story for the 𝗵𝗃. But when Cisco find wow, they have built a really great product and they have very value inside of this product, and it is going to be game changer in the WAN technologies. So Cisco is quite, you can think about, they have the billions-dollar company. They have a lot of stake across the globe. They have a lot of branches, teams, employees, a lot of things have there, a lot of money they have. So they talk with the 𝗵𝗃, and generally you find that many company acquiring to another companies. So might be you can see in India also some other company acquiring some other company. Similarly, Cisco acquired 𝗵𝗃 and they start selling the products. So technically, 𝗵𝗃 become a Cisco company, means they merge themselves in the Cisco, and Cisco is official partner to sell their product. So that's why 𝗵𝗃 built initially the product that was the you're going to find the VH devices, VH routers, right? And you're going to find the vManage controller. You might be not aware what is a vManage. This is the one of the controller, right? They also find the vBond, This is the part of the controller also, but it's known as an orchestration tool. I will discuss what is that, but just for time being, we just think what is the controller. And they also designed one of the product that is the vSmart. That was again a kind of the part of the controller. So they are component to the controller, and these are basically known as the control plane devices. So basically they build the brain nervous systems, and based on that brain and nervous system, your all communication is going to be happen. How it is going to happen, I will talk. Now for the data plane, they build the device that is a VH router. So these routers are going to deploy on the your all branch location, and this is how your journey started for the your Cisco 𝗵𝗃 SD-WAN. So many customers just acquire these solutions, they start working, and it's very nice game changer in the market. And trust me guys, now you can think any company, any enterprise good company, and you might be going to find either they have already SDN solutions deployed, might be the Cisco or non-Cisco, might be the FortiGate, Palo Alto, 𝗲𝗏, Cato, �silverPay, could be anything. And at the same time, if customers doesn't have this solution, they might be already done the commercial discussion, acquire the vendor, and might be they start the POC and deployment. So most of the company already did the implementations or doing the implementation, and some are already signed the contracts for the doing the application, might be this year or might be the next year. So there is a huge opportunity. If the engineer who have the SDN knowledge and they have the good knowledge of the any SDN solution, they're probably going to find the very good opportunity in the market. So this is where 𝗵𝗃 come in picture, and then Cisco acquired that. Once Cisco acquired this product, so Cisco is start selling this product. But one problem they start facing. What is the problem? Let's suppose I'm your customer, and you coming to me as a pre-sales guy and going to say, hey, I have very good product. Let's suppose, taken in this way example, let's suppose I have a very good car. Okay, already I purchased from the one of, let's say the BMW, let's say the Mercedes. Or maybe I can take a brand like Maruti in India or Hyundai as well. And I have a 700 Mahindra 7XO basically. So I can think about that. You can take any car. So let's suppose I have a 7XO, that is a new launch. I recently take this car in the January. So I taken this car in this January, almost invested 30 lakh rupees on that particular car. And then let's suppose after 6 months, after 1 year, some salesperson coming from the Mahindra and going to say, hey, Mr. Pankaj, I have very good new car, and you can just take that car, and this car having that much feature, and they also are same family like 7XO or 700 family, but they have the very great feature. Probably I will decline that request. I'll say no, I don't want, because I already invested the money and I don't want to replace my car at very early stage. I have already very good tenure. Maybe I can drive 15 year in a Delhi NCR, or maybe 10 year in Delhi NCR or some other states. So why I go and again invest 35 lakh rupees for the new car? That's not feasible. So I will decline that request, and the sales is not going to be happen. Now, second scenario. The second scenario, the same salesperson is coming to me and saying that, hey, Mr. Pankaj, we have very great feature in the new car, okay? But what we are going to offer you, we are not going to ask to replace your car, okay? We are not going to ask to replace your car, but yes, you can take some additional accessories or might be the equipment who is going to install in your car, and your car is also become a similar upgraded car which we recently launched it, and that is going to cost around 1 or 2 lakh rupees. So I thought, wow, that's a really great. I just have to invest 1 and 2 lakh rupees, and my car is going to be upgraded in the new car. So I'll be excited because everyone want to be upgraded themselves. They have the latest kind of the tech variant, anything kind of thing. So probably I'll go and say, okay, that's fine. Let's take 2 lakh rupees and upgrade my car and make it very latest model. So the sales is going to be close, and definitely some earning is going to happen for the Mahindra. Same concept happened for the Cisco. Cisco having a lot of customer. They sell a lot of product. Like you can think about, they sell about the ISR product, right? They sell about the ASR product. They sell about the CSR product. They sell about the Catalyst routers, right? Like Catalyst 1000, 8000 and all. So if I am going to say, like being a pre-sales person of Cisco, going, hey customer, can you replace this old router and just install this new router? and you just have to pay whole amount. I'll say, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to, again invest 10 millions US dollar or 5 millions US dollar or might be the 1 million US dollar. No, I don't want to do that. Sales is never going to be materialized. It is going to be dead. But second approach, going to say that, hey, you don't have to change your routers. You keep running your router, okay? Your router is going to remain same. You don't have to change your routers. Whatever router you're running, these all models, keep running these routers models. You have to buy some controller subscriptions license, and you also have to just upgrade the image with bare minimum price of this licenses. So you just have to upgrade this licenses, and now after that you are going to become a SDN fabric infrastructure. You're going to become SDN fabric infrastructure for your organizations. So customer thinks, that's wow, really, right? I just have to give some amount for the controller, which definitely I don't have that in my infrastructure. So they happily pay because there's something new coming for their infrastructure. And for the existing infrastructures, they are just taking the license where they are going to just upgrade their infrastructure with a minimum price. So sales are going to materialize. And this is where Cisco, after acquiring this company, they invented the product, and that product basically known as the 𝗂 router. Okay, so let me write here. So now after acquiring the Cisco, it's become new product. Earlier it was a vEdge, but a 𝗵𝗃 router. Now 𝗂 is basically Cisco router. So once we acquire this 𝗵𝗃 and start delivering this Cisco router, this become a new product and known as the Cisco SD-WAN. Everyone understand till here what story I told? Can you just give me thumbs up if everyone understand? Just write yes in the chat. Everyone, I want to take acknowledgement. You guys understand this two things. What I discuss about and what story I talk about. I just want to take acknowledgement. So we are on the same page. Praveen is fine. Great. What about others? Hitesh, Leela Ram, Akhtar. All right. Very good, guys. Appreciate it. I at least like 50-60% attentions from everyone. So I can also know you guys are listening me and we are in the same page. Okay, thank you, RK. And thank you, Leela. All right.
My
Moving
chat
forward,
is disabled, sir. I cannot text. On this.
RK, I would appreciate if you can just adjust a little bit of mic. I think you're speaking from on a speaker or might be from long distance. I'm not sure. Can you adjust your mic? Your voice is going to be very clear, crystal to all.
I'm saying my chat is disabled. Can you check it?
No, it's not disabled. You can just let me write hi to you. See, I just put hi. You can just reply me now.
No, but yeah, it's disabled for me as well. I think for the group chat.
Okay, so just type on my name. No, group chat is disabled. You just type on me and type hi to me. Just click on my name. Group is disabled by default in the Zoom.
Okay. One-to-one.
Group is disabled. You can just chat in one-to-one, so I can get acknowledgement. That is going to be one-to-one me. Group chat is disabled definitely.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. So this is where we have the Cisco SD-WAN come in a picture. And Cisco SD-WAN when come in a picture, they developed a product that is known as the 𝗂 router. So 𝗂 is nothing. It's again control plane devices, and this is going to be data plane devices going to install as a router. This is a router. This can be router. This can be router. This is 𝗂 routers, and vEdge is again a router, and these are the controller. Now, recently what happened? I believe 1.5 years back, almost 2 years. It's completed now. Cisco thinks something differently. And they thought, why we are going to use a 𝗵𝗃? Why are you going to use a Cisco SD-WAN? Let's do something crazy. And then they start doing the rebranding. And due to that rebranding, they introduce the term that is known as a Catalyst SD-WAN. And this Catalyst SD-WAN is nothing. It's going to be combination of the 𝗵𝗃 and Cisco, but with a newer version of code, where you're going to get more feature, more understanding, but almost concept are going to be same. Every concept you learn from the 𝗵𝗃 Cisco in Catalyst SD-WAN also going to be the same. I can say almost 95-96% concept are going to be same, but definitely eventually they add some few improvement, because every iOS which is coming in the market, they have the better improvement. If you're a mobile, you using the Android, iOS, so they keep updating the patches. Why they keep updating the patches? Because by doing this update, they make sure they have the right security, right update in your mobile. Similarly for the window as well, window 9, window 10, window 11, window 7, window 8. These were the all, I mean, 9 was not right window. I'm not sure about that. But window 11 is still there. Why they upgrade? Because they have the better feature, better user accessibility, better UI interface and all. So similarly, in this Catalyst SD-WAN, they did a lot of improvement. And the idea was to decommission entire 𝗵𝗃𝗯 product, They have the idea they're not going to sell any 𝗵𝗃𝗯 product. So still any customer is running the 𝗵𝗃𝗯. They are going to be run for some period of time, might be 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, not more than that. Maximum could be 5 year as per the contract. But this product are not available to sell in the market. So if this product is not available to sell in the market, probably there is no future scope to learn this 𝗵𝗃𝗯 SD-WAN. Okay. And also there is no future scope to do some like great learning on the 𝗵𝗃𝗯. You should know about that, but you should more focus on the Catalyst SD-WAN product. So what I'm going to cover in this module, we are going to be in hybrid situations. Might be in organizations, your still 𝗵𝗃𝗯 is going to be there. So might be if 𝗵𝗃𝗯 is there, and I'm not going to tell about the 𝗵𝗃𝗯, so you are not going to understand how 𝗵𝗃𝗯 router was configured. But at the same time, if you're the new customer going to acquire the any SDN solution from Cisco, so you're not going to get 𝗵𝗃𝗯, so you are going to end with the Catalyst, and you are not going to find the VH routers. So if there is no VH routers, then how you're going to do the configuration? So for you also, I have to take care ch routers, where we are going to work on the C8000V routers. That is our key routers. You can see here. I will replace these all routers also with the 1000V. I will keep only one VH router, this one. Rest, I'm going to upgrade entire lab on the 8000V. That is my priority, and eventually I will do in upcoming sessions. Might be in this session I will do some partial testing and all, but upcoming lectures after 3 months, 6 months, you are going to find completely this lab is going to be changed on the CH routers. There is no VH router is going to be there. It's going to be past history. So now everything. Yes, Roland, you have any questions?
No, sorry, I just joined. Sorry, I am muting myself.
All right. So your name is Ronald, or it's just something default name?
Ronald.
Achha, Ronald. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ronald. Nice to meet you. All right. Great. Thank you. So we have to, learn more focus on the Catalyst SD-WAN. So entirely syllabus is going to focus on the Catalyst SD-WAN, where we're going to discuss entire things. Means how you can see in my product suite, the latest code I'm going to use. Most latest code in the lab. Probably you are not going to find in the any training industry as of now. They are going to demonstrate to integrate the C8000 in their lab infrastructure. Maybe this is the first platform you guys are going to get this all. You're going to find this CSR 1000V. Some training organization are using that, but C8000 is very rare. I can say that, especially in the similar competitor like GuiNet or some other company, they're using that. So that is going to be one of the core component. I will train you. And not only theoretically, you can see the dashboard of the Catalyst SD-WAN. Here we are. And if I just log in this Catalyst SD-WAN, I did a lot of POC before proceeding this lab. And let me show you what is the great things we have in the Catalyst SD-WAN. In this Catalyst SD-WAN, you are going to find, let me show you. We have the enterprise root CA as well. You guys can see here, this enterprise root CA we are going to use, that is going to help to generate the certificate and everything. And we are going to build from scratch how to generate the certificate and each and everything. So I will show that also. You can see this is the certificate authority we have. And this completely look like we are going to build the enterprise company network. It's not going to be lab network. That is my intention for this special patch. Okay. So here you can see we have this controller, that is a validator, controller, manager. They all onboarded, and also we have the two site rituals. And these sites are, see, we onboarded. This is the 𝗂𝗏𝗀𝗃, that is again ch for 1000V routers. And I'll show you, these all have the control connection up and working. Let me show you. So that is the one thing you are going to get, and we're definitely going to enjoy. And if I just run that SD-WAN control connections, so you're going to find the control connections up and working with the my vBond, vSmart, and vManage. Why the name is still coming? This vBond, vManage, vBond, vSmart, and vManage. I will explain that. And so you don't have to confuse. That's what I'm saying. 𝗵𝗃 is a DNA, okay? And to remove DNA, it's not possible. Easy task for the Cisco. It will take time. So still, this is my actual controller validator, and I can show you. Let's show you the current version. If you go here and see, this is running in 20.15.1. You can check the version even here. And this version basically for the Catalyst, it's not for the Cisco. But when you're going to log in the my control connections, it's showing that we are on the vManage. See, this is my version. But here you can see it's showing that we are connected to vManage. vManage is not available in the Catalyst SD-WAN as a name. It's a manager, but it's not showing manager. Why? I'll tell the reason as well. So this is also onboarded. And here, if you go and find that, if you check the policy as well. So I did a lot of testing here. So you can see we have a lot of vManages. You can see we deploy the serial number, chassis number, how this all is going to be happen. I will explain that. And at the same time, you guys are going to be enjoy the flavor of the advanced configuration. Let me talk about like how even tested the template. You can see we onboarded the vSmart as a template. You can see this is a template has been attached for the controller, and this is a device. Also, we have the template. You can see this is the one of the device, and on that also have a template. We created the feature template also, and not only the template limited, also some policy we created for the testing purpose. This is the like centralized policy. Localized policy is still not configured. And at the same time, if I go for the security, we have some URL filtering test and all. So in short, right, we are going to make this session or throughout the journey where you're going to be get very latest information from the market. And my responsibility from day one, like including today's session as well, you get the valuable info about the Catalyst SD-WAN. Now coming back to the controllers and the site point of view. So as I mentioned that this entire module is going to be classified into two parts. One is going to be your control plane. So one, you have to build a control plane, and one, you have to build a data plane. So you have to always think when I'm talking the control plane. So you should know what I mean the control plane. You have to always think control plane, controller, what does mean? Data plane, what does mean? So let me talk about the devices on a very high level. If I am talking the control plane, very first thing, what is coming in your mind? What is a control plane, guys? Anyone know that? As per our discussion, anyone know what is a control plane? Because we discussed in last general discussion, demo class discussion. So I want to just recap. What is a control plane? Anyone can define? Anyone can try control plane?
Yeah, it's a brain of
Yes.
router.
Yes, brain of router, brain of your any fabric, brain of routers, brain of your fabric. You can just talk about that. Nervous system of your fabric, where you have to take all decisions. What decisions going to happen? Might we're going to take routing decisions. You want to enforce the policy decisions, right? You want to enforce the security decisions. So these all are going to happen from your nervous system, brain.
Yeah.
And what is data plane?
How to reach from
The
one.
Yes,
forwarding
how
the
to actually
packets.
forward the traffic. Yes, from
Forwarding
one interface to another interface, right? Or one router to
Yeah.
another router. So
Yeah.
actual, yes, actual forwarding of data traffic, right? That is your data plane. So whenever you talk about the control plane, you just think about, I'm talking about the nervous system, brains. Brains is going to give the instructions. Data plane is going to be actual device who is going to carry your traffic, and they are responsible to forward from one router to another router, or might be from one router from one interface to another interface. I hope that makes sense to everyone. So there is a devices. If I'm talking about the control plane devices, so we are going to find always three devices. This is going to be your manager, that is a one device. The controller is another device, and validator is going to be another device. This is part of the control plane. But further in the control plane, we have some classifications. There is three classifications you are going to find that. But overall, I'm talking about what is the control plane. So if you are working in the 𝗵𝗃 code, note this. So might be you can call as a vManage. You just make a note, guys. It's very important. So if you're working in the 𝗵𝗃 code, title is going to be known as a vManage. But if you're working on the Catalyst SD-WAN, it's known as a manager. Okay, vManager or manager. If you're going to work in the 𝗵𝗃 code for the controller, it's known as the vSmart. Okay, but in Catalyst, it is going to be known as a controller. If you're working on the 𝗵𝗃, it's going to be known as the vBond. But in the Catalyst, it is going to be validator. So if I'm taking a name as a vManage, vSmart or vBond, or manager, validator or controller, you just have to be replicate in your mind what language I'm talking. Okay, so try to write a name. vManage or vManager, same thing. Or even manager I'm talking. vSmart controller is the same thing. vBond validator is the same thing. Is it clear? And they belong to control plane, brain, nervous system, where routing policy, security management, everything is going to be happen. Is it clear, guys? This one is clear, everyone? Very basic things. Yes, no, maybe. It's clear or not?
Yes.
Okay, that's very good. When I talk about data plane, okay, data plane is going to be your routers. It's nothing, it's your routers. So what is router? You are going to find the vEdge routers. Okay, or you're going to find the cEdge router. But nowadays, you're not going to find this vEdge name, cEdge name. You're going to get the WAN edge name. In Catalyst SD-WAN, you're going to always represent your any router as a WAN edge. So if I'm talking about even vEdge router, so you just think about there is a 𝗵𝗃 router. If I'm talking about the cEdge router, think about the Cisco edge router, okay, who support the SD-WAN functionality. If I'm talking about the WAN edge, you think about it could be 𝗵𝗃 or it could be might be Cisco, but it's just a part of the Catalyst SD-WAN. So data plane is your routers. I hope this is also clear to everyone. All right. Now, if you go here again, back to the control plane, this control plane has been further classified into three planes. I will show you in the PPT as well. If you go in the control plane, this has been further classified into three planes. The first plane is known as a management plane. What is going to be known as the management plane? But it's going to be part of the control plane only. So this is going to be known as the management plane. And for the management plane, only one device is going to be there. And what is that device? Your manager is going to be part of the management plane. Sorry, I'm not able to write some region. So this device is going to be your management plane. This box is going to be your management plane. Similarly, this is going to be another plane that is known as the, let me write here, control, like control plane. Actually, we have the, see, this is the control plane. This is a multiple devices going. This is a, yes, is there. This is a control plane. So when talking control plane, there is only one device is going to be there, and that is your controller or vSmart. That is the control plane. Third is known as a orchestration plane, right? You're going to find as a orchestration plane. So what is the orchestration plane? This is again a different plane here that is going to be orchestrate your fabric. So we'll discuss about what is orchestration plane. So in control planes, we have further three classification: the management plane, control plane, and orchestration plane. So we have to understand what is the role of the management plane, what is the role of the control plane, what is the role of the orchestration plane, and why these all needed. But at least you should know about these nomenclatures. Any questions in the control plane component, data plane component? This is a very high level I'm talking. It's not something very low level. Still, we have to discuss that. But I want to give the brief idea so you guys can make your mind what device, what name we are going to discuss in the throughout the fabric. Is it clear, everyone? Any questions? Or shall I move ahead? All right, guys.
सर एक
Yes,
क्वेश्चन
please.
था
बताइए.
जो अपने कंट्रोल प्लेन और मैनेजमेंट प्लेन मिला, तो कंट्रोल प्लेन से अगर मैं vManage को निकाल दूं तो vManage को निकाल दूं और जो मैनेजमेंट प्लेन जा रहा है तो vBond और vSmart ये दोनों ही रहेगा क्या?
मैं समझा नहीं. Can you repeat again what you're trying to say,
जैसे आपने
Ranju?
दोनों बोला कि मैनेजमेंट प्लेन एंड कंट्रोल प्लेन, तो
हम्म.
vManage चला आपका आता है मैनेजमेंट प्लेन पे, तो रह गया आपका vSmart एंड vBond, ये दोनों ओनली क्या कंट्रोल प्लेन पे रहेगा या
नहीं, there is an orchestration plane. This is part of the orchestration plane. Validator and vBond is a part of orchestration plane.
vBond एंड ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन में ये दोनों तो सेम ही है, ये अलग
नहीं
अलग
नहीं, vBond and validator is same. This is the same. Sorry, vBond and validator is same, and this is a part of the orchestration plane. Okay.
Oh, okay. This is a part of the orchestration plane.
vSmart and the controller, the same. Okay, only name is changed. This is a part of the control plane. Okay. vManage and the vManager, the same part of the management plane. Now it's clear?
Right, clear.
So these are the old nomenclature. I'm just discussing about the history and I'm just comparing which component is going to be where to where. Okay. Now guys, in this lab, we'll do a little bit modifications as well. So what I'm going to do that, probably I'm going to replace these two routers with the ch routers. These two routers are going to be replaced very soon with the ch router. Like C8000 routers are going to be there. And this is also going to replace with the VH router. So I will try to keep 4 sites is a CH router. And 1 site just for dummy purpose is a VH router. Why I'm going to do that? Because CH is only future. VH is no more future. So you don't have to worry about that. But if you are already running in the productions, at least you should know how to configure template and how to deploy the template. This is my actual intention in this particular session. Now, let's talk about something SDN. So I'm not going to discuss these all slides. So if I'm going to discuss about the why we need SD-WAN, means definitely if we're going to start this, learn this particular session, we discuss some basic component, but if someone is going to ask why someone is going to learn SD-WAN, what is the problem with the legacy WAN? So I'm not going to read this slide as of now. I'm going to give the real-time examples so you guys can understand how actually, and you can correlate as well based on my real-time example, how basically traditional network was doing the traffic forwarding and what kind of challenges is going to be happen. So let's take an example step by step. And I'll use the whiteboard here, blackboard, and I'll explain. So let's think about, we have one of the branch location, very small branch or might be the mid-range of the branch. And this branch sitting in Delhi, Pune, Mumbai, anywhere. In this branch might be I have the two router R1 and R2. And these are connected with the two ISP. One might be going to be your MPLS, another might be going to your internet. So this is your one circuit, this is your another circuit. Now, behind this LAN, you are going to use definitely core switch. This is going to be connected, core switch, and behind this core switch, you might be have the access switch, multiple access switches. And behind this access switch, actual client are going to be sit, like any user are going to be sit. So these are your user, PC2, PC1. The same ISPs are going to make the connectivity to your data centers as well. So let's suppose your data center is somewhere in the USA, Dallas, or might be the Ashburn. It could be any locations. So you might be have the R1 and you might be have the R2 again. And this is going to be connectivity like that. And behind the data center also we have some sort of the switches. That is a core switch. And behind this core switch, we have the servers. Some is going to be a Citrix server, some is going to be a HR server, some is going to be a file server, could be anything. Now, take an example. If this is one of the user who is trying to access the file server, but he is facing the slowness, what could be the issue? Anyone can tell me? If someone is going to ask, if this is your FTP server setting in data center, you have two links, and he is facing a slowness. Let's take an example. Your primary link is MPLS for this FTP traffic. So if you have any slowness issue, so what all parameter are going to take that? Let's check that. Anyone take a lead if you think I can explain? If not able to explain, that's also fine. But if voluntary anyone want to talk, that's absolutely going to be great.
So first of all, generally what we do, just physically check the duplex settings. Is it a full duplex setting or a half duplex on MPLS side? Okay. Then we check the internet link by ping 8.8.8. Are we not getting any RT or something like that? The ping response should be good.
Okay.
And then the speed, or what speed we are getting. Means if it's a 100 MB link or 200 MB link, we have to check that.
Bandwidth, okay.
And these are the basic things which we check first, the conductivity and all the slowness. Generally, it's comes with the ISP. Then we can check with the another side as well. If it is the data center, the switch side, the same thing, the physical connectivity and the policy which we have, if we have any policy, QS policy.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Piyush. Appreciate it. It's partially good, but I can expect a bit more because you guys are network engineer. Yes, RK, you want to add something?
Yeah,
Appreciate it, Piyush, all answers. Very nice. Yeah, RK, go ahead, please.
Like the PC2 is it like you can say like PC2 is the HR department. They want to access that file server from that US location. So first we have to show how many cascading switches are installed with that core switch.
Your voice is not very much clear, RK. Can you adjust your mic and all? It's coming, but it's very soft coming. Like you're speaking from far, not close to mic. Can you just adjust if possible? Okay, just try. I'm listening. Just try. I'm listening again. Go ahead, please.
I'm saying like first we can check the cascading, how many access switches we have for this user. From the core switch, and definitely we can see the RTO also, the ping of the internet, bandwidth, how the bandwidth we are getting from the MPLS link, and yes, as the Piyush said, like that we can check the policy also or the QS setting, and the port destination port is already mapped in the data center side or not in the MPLS side. The port the application which they are using.
Okay.
The destination.
All right. Okay. Anything else? RK, add?
Yeah, that's it.
Great. All right, guys. Thank you so much. So yeah, Piyush, RK try to explain a lot of things, and I can say like most of things are very correct. Like definitely, ping RTO is going to be one of the key component to find if any path having issue, any like point-to-point link having any packet loss and all. But also you guys have to observe sometime latency as well. Okay, you guys agree? Latency.
Yes, sir. Latency.
Latency also going to be play very vital role. Might be the QoS is going to play a vital role.
Yes.
Sometime you have to monitor the device health as well. Let's suppose this
Yeah,
course
CPU
will have
utilization.
CPU procession is going to be very high,
Yes.
right? That's also going to create an issue. If this side CPU is going to be high, sometimes server cache is going to be also full. That is also going to get an issue, any
Yes.
issues, right? And if your router is also having some kind of the hardware level issue, that's also going to get an issue. At the same time, you are going to find might be the interface reliability issue, where you're going to get the high packet loss or might be the high latency. You guys seen reliability is going to be low. Have you guys seen any time on the interface reliability is getting like low?
Yeah,
Technically, it should
long
be
time.
255, but it's going sometime
Yeah,
240.
bandwidth. We just set the bandwidth on the
Yes.
interface.
Yeah, reliability you have to always monitor. We have
Yes.
seen overruns issue on the interfaces, errors, CRC on the interfaces. So a
CRC,
lot
the
of things
physical
we have to
interface,
check.
like SFP is not correct or the cable is not correct.
Yes. 𝗵𝗃 if it is going to mismatch sometime, might be your link is not going to come, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
Will you agree?
So
So
yeah, but and sometimes it's happened to the speed as well. If
yes,
we
speed fine.
not set-
Duplex is going to be sometime create issue like link is even not coming up. If you duplex mismatch is going to come up.
Yes, yes, it
Yeah,
happened as
yeah.
well.
So there are a lot of component. So let's suppose if this user is feeling slowness, do we have any method we can do auto failover if we have a slowness from this primary link to secondary link? If this link is going to be down, definitely we can do the auto failover from this because we have two router. So we can use as a two deployment. Each active passive means one router is going to send all traffic. If this router link is going to be down, this is going to become my active. This is the one deployment. This is you're going to find active passive deployment where one router is going to act as an active router. Another is going to act as your passive router. Now your second deployment, you might be going to get that active. In active, your both routers are going to be carry the traffic. Might be this is going to carry your MPLS intranet traffic and this is the internet traffic. So both are active. So in case even the failover, if this link is going to fail, this is going to fail over here and this is going to be down, it is going to fail over here. So in case of router is going to be down, my failover is going to happen. In case of my link is going to be down, my failover is going to happen. But do you guys think if my slowness is happening, can I do the failover?
Yes, we can do.
Yes, sir, we can.
How can you just give me the examples how we can do the failover if there is slowness, some packet loss, random, some latency high?
We can configure 𝗵𝗃.
Sir, we can set the QoS policy. How many packets are dropped after that link will be switched over to another link.
Okay, so QoS policy is going to be also a good example, right? So might be you're going to configure any other
BFD as well.
BFD also for the quick drop and quick link going to fail. That also we can do that. Okay, so generally we use the 𝗵𝗃, right? That's I totally agree. QoS is also a good option, but I never configured the based on the packet drop. So might be you guys can check on that. But 𝗵𝗃 BFD is something it's going to be your quick neighbor detections, right? But what is going to be happen in that situations if there is an intermittent packet loss on the link, even you're configuring the 𝗵𝗃, your connection are keep dropping because you having a very fast packet loss. Sometime intermittent latency is going to happen. So your connection are going to be flipped from the R1 to R2, again R1 to R1, sorry, R2 to R1, because it's the like kind of the QoS is going to be normal, 𝗵𝗃 is going to be normal, BFD is going to be normal. For a few seconds again going to be there, and again it is going to be back to the moment it's going to switch the links, user are going to face disruption. So we can do that, but it's not very effective. What I'm trying to make a point here, because packet loss, jitters, latency, it's going to be intermittent and might be not going to be permanent. So if it is going to be intermittent, might be a BGP keep flapping due to the BFD, aggressive timers, 𝗵𝗃 keep switching. Sometime it's coming up, sometime it's going down. But still, we might not having a very good user experience from this user point of view. If I'm the user, I will have some issues, might be my page is loading slow, page is getting disconnected, again connected. So this kind of issue you might be going to find. Now, If you have to do failover for permanently, so what you're going to do that? In that situations, if you have any kind of the issue in your primary link, there is a latency, packet loss, slowness. You find that the latency, packet loss, and your BFD, QS, and IPSL is not working correctly. So what you are going to do that? You are going to get a case, reactive or proactive. There's two kind of case. What is a reactive case? Anyone know that? Reactive incident. And what is a proactive incident? Anyone know that? What is a proactive incident? What is a reactive incident?
Reactive is nothing but once the incident happens, we find a solution. Proactive, it's already been done in place.
Okay, 𝗲𝗏𝗀𝗃, good try. Any other versions, guys? What is the reactive incident? What is the proactive incident? Come on, guys. I can sense you guys are very experienced, right? And you guys must have the ITL process, incident management, change management, some knock management. Okay, so no worry. It's fine. Absolutely fine. You guys are here to learn. So let me explain. Reactive means if anything is going to be happen, any issue is going to happen, so might be customer or user are going to report that. User will report the incident. Okay, might be he will send the chat via the Teams, he will send the email, or might be he will use the Snow tool and raise a ticket. So user will report you, hey, I'm facing such issues, and you please took action on that particular things. That is your reactive. Make sense? But proactive is something user is not saying to you. Your tools are working on behalf of any issue. Let's suppose your link is going down. So automatically, if link is going down, so your SNMP trap are going to be configured. And these SNMP traps are going to be integrated with your monitoring tool like SolarWind. And this SolarWind will immediately create an incident. And this incident is going to report to your Snow tool, any other remedy or any other tool. And then based on that incident, you're going to work or assign might to the L1, L2, and L3. So proactive means automatically when any incident happen, link is going down, before user, you have an incident. So you can proactively take an action. Before user is reporting to you, I am facing the slowness, you might be within a 5 minutes, you can do the failover, or might be you can just do the remediation plan. Reactive is something your tools are incapable to understand the problem, and they are facing an issue, customer are facing an issue, and they are reporting to you. That is known as a reactive. It makes sense? Clear, everyone? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so your incident are going to be generated. Based on this incident, what is going to happen? You probably might be reactive or proactive, any method, and user reported that I am facing a slowness. Just check the reactive incident. Based on that, ticket is going to assign the L1. L1 not have the capability to understand and do the failover. He might be do the basic checks like packet loss, latency. You can give the template some basic checks and all, and based on that, he will do the logs capture, and then he will pass the L2. Now, L2 might be very good in the OSPF, very good in the EIGRP, very good in the HSRP, but might be not very good in the BGP, advanced BGP, because in the LAN you are going to run the might be the OSPF. We never know. EIGRP, static routing, in definitely HSRP, VRRP also going to be there. So your L1 engineer pass the ticket to L2. L2 might be do the all troubleshooting, but they not have the very good advanced knowledge of the BGP, because your WAN having a dual ISP, and dual ISP require the BGP good configuration understanding. Might be you're doing the attribute configurations, path manipulation, local preference, communities. You are going to use like origin. You're going to use like AS path prepend wait. So if you not have that level of knowledge, you're not going to do that. So you might be going to engage the L3, and this L3 further analyze your configuration. Based on that, they will create the failover script. And if the failover script is going to be created, and because it's created by humans, so humans can still do the mistake. I'm the L3 engineer, might be my mindset not click the right things. So still I can do the mistakes. So if I'm doing the mistakes, my failover is going to fail. But yes, it's required time. You create the failover, and then your traffic is going to shift to the secondary link, and then user experience is going to better. So your traffic will start going via this link and to the internet. Again, this link is going to be fine. Then again, you have to roll back the changes. Then your traffic is going to be normalized. So you can think how much problem is there. You can think in the very simple examples, how much problem we have. Means a minor issue where I am facing a slowness. I have to engage a lot of teams. I have to pass the ticket. I have to take the follow up. Then I have to prepare the scripting and all. And then my failure is going to happen. Again, my link is going to come back. Again, it is going to be back to normal. So this was the your WAN solution, and still we are using this WAN solution. But trust me, guys, if these routers I'm going to replace with the SD-WAN router, okay? Not my word. If these routers I'm going to replace with the SD-WAN router, you don't have to do anything. Again, I'm repeating, if replacing these routers from the SD-WAN router and you have a similar scenario, similar issue, you don't have to do anything. Router will automatically do everything for you. That's the power of the SD-WAN. Make sense? That is one example. Now let's talk few more examples. Now let's take an example. If anyone have different thoughts, please let me know. I will try to, definitely give the counters, or I'll accept your great thoughts. I'm very flexible even to listen my any feedback as well. So you guys have any kind of disagreement, always feel free to give that. I will gracefully accept that out. Okay, so now further. Yes, Akhtar, you want to say something?
Yes, so even in SD-WAN, yes, that is very much smart that if it is seeing some packet drops or latency or like jitter in the link, it will switch the traffic. But what if, like, suppose in 2 minutes or 3 minutes after that link getting stable, then what
It
will
will
happen?
automatically roll back that also. Automatically roll back the traffic.
So
Once,
that means if it is flapping, then there will be like traffic getting.
no, it will not like very quick. They maintain the deep packet inspections for the links. They maintain the jitter loss latency. So there's a timers as well. It's not going to be very quick. There is a BFD timers. There is a multipliers. So I will explain that how much time it's going to be monitored. Then it is going to flap the circuits. So when I explain that advanced topic, like there is application aware routing, we have the SaaS application. So how these all are going to monitor, and even for destinations, and how it is going to fail over. So it's not going to be like if there is a flapping, then it will not do that. It will compare the path. It's not like blindly it is going to be in a second it's going to fail over. No, it's maintain the historical database, and after that, based on the timers, it is going to be do that. So after I will do all the configuration, then you can understand. But for timing, you can just digest these things. This feature we have, and I can prove in the lab as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now take another examples, guys. Let's suppose you are keep doing routing based on the destination IP. You guys do that? Only you do the routing based on the destination IP address. So destination IP is something where you might be have a subnet, you might be have a single host IP address /24 subnet and /30 subnets /29 subnets. So always you do the routing, always in traditional, based on the destination IP. Never you do the routing based on the source. When you're going somewhere from the source or destination, your routers are always going to check your destination IP address. But can I do the routing if I want to do that? Hey, I want to go on the YouTube. Then you go via the MPLS link. If I want to go on the Facebook, then go via the internet link. If I want to go on the HTTP traffic, then go over the MPLS. If I want to go on the telnet traffic, then go on the internet. If I want to go in the box.com Salesforce, go in the means if I want to do the routing based on the application, can I do that? The answer is simple no. You don't have provision in the legacy WAN. You cannot do these routings. There is an n-bar concept. We can do some extent, but in the normal, like very general way, you cannot do that routing. But in the SDN solutions, if we have to achieve this requirement, some application traffic, not only dependent on the destination IP address. No, you're not going to depend on only the destination IP address. In case you want to deploy any application aware routing, that is a AAR. We are going to discuss that AAR, application aware routing. You can do that. Everything you can do that. So that is a second flavor of the things. Okay, now third one, take an example. Let's suppose you want to do the URL filtering. You want to do the any kind of the SSL decryptions. You want to do any kind of the advanced threat preventions. You want to do any kind of the malware protections. You want to do any kind of DNS security. Can I do that with the routers? No, you have to buy the firewalls. Like you are going to require the Palo Alto firewall. You require the FortiGate firewall, you require the Cisco firewall, then you can do the URL filtering, advanced threat preventions, SSL encryptions, malware, any kind of the DNS security, a lot of things we have, IPS, IDS features. But if you are going to leverage this SDN framework, already in build, we have the firewall features. And that's why I show you, even for every firewall sections, if I want to deploy the firewalls, let me show you quickly. If I go here and if I deploy the firewalls, you're going to find that. So you just go here, skip for now. And sorry, guys, I really apologize. You can go here, go and check. Even I tested today, even security, URL filtering. If you're going to add any policies, see in this policy, application firewall, intrusion preventions, URL filtering, advanced malware filtering, DNS security, TLS SSL decryption, these all feature is going to be built. So you're going to save a lot money from the SDN solutions. Entirely, you're going to save the firewalls. Make sense, everyone? Give me thumbs up if you all are agree. It's a great features.
So we don't need any Fortinet firewall on Palo Alto in network.
No,
unless
until you have a lot of money. if you are opting the SD-WAN solutions, just you're good with that. You can just integrate everything.
Okay, that's why migration going on.
That's why. Okay. Now further, let's suppose similar site you have a 200 sites. Let's suppose similar you have a 200 sites. What are you going to do that? Almost you have to get 400 routers. And somebody is going to ask you, hey, can you do the iOS upgrade of these routers? How are you going to do that? If you have to do the iOS upgradation of these routers, so you have to manually do the TFTP server integrations, downloading the file, copying the file, installing the files, right? And then you just copy the file from one server to one server. It takes a lot of time, and then you change the boot sequence, then you're going to be upgrade the iOS. Might be you're facing some internet issue, disconnection. So whole day is going to be gone for the one engineer to do one or two router upgradation process. You guys agree or not? You might be face this kind of challenge in your productions as well. If someone is going to assign the iOS upgradations, it might be gone full days because your internet is not working, iOS is not copying, memory having some issues and all. So it's right, very problematic things that keep happening in the productions as well. So if I want to do the same thing in the Cisco SDN solution, although it's not recommended go and do the all 400 router in the one go, it's not recommended. But if I want to do that, I can just do in the few clicks. Few clicks I'm talking about. Just click, iOS upgrade is done. That is the magic of the SD-WAN deployment. Means you can just do nothing for you. Just you have the image in the vManage automatically push everything. And that is going to save a lot of time. So you can think how much it's powerful. Now take an example, one more example, very interesting example. I have a lot of examples in which cases I can just tell in front of everyone. If this router is going to be faulty, how you are going to do the replacement of the router? Anyone know that? What is the very first step if going to faulty?
Yeah,
We'll do
if,
RMA.
Yeah, RMA is going to be required, Cisco tag, right?
Yep.
You have to find the config backup, right? You have to dispatch router on the on-site, and on-site engineer need to be aligned. This engineer need to copy the old configurations in the new routers. Then he is going to give the console, and might be you have to do the configuration for the NOC. You're sitting in the NOC, or might be the implementation team in your company NOC or SOC. So it will take time. Like router is going to dispatch, somebody is going to give the console to you. Console is working. There is no connections. There is no Wi-Fi. There is some slowness. Like out of band is not available. So a lot of challenge you're going to get, but finally somehow you're able to configure the router. Then router is going to install in the rack. Then you connect the LAN WAN cable. Then you're going to give the power. Then this router is going to be come in the productions. So when the multiple steps are going to be there. But if this is going to be SD-WAN router, and this SD-WAN router is going to become a faulty, then what is going to be happen, guys? If this SD-WAN, I'll take more 5 minutes. Okay, I'll conclude. I know we are exceeding our time. We'll continue this session in the upcoming class. So if this is going to be SD-WAN router, and this SD-WAN router is going to be faulty, simply you require the RMA. Even you're not dispatching any on-site technician who is going to give the console, that's fine. Might be the local IT team is semi-technical. He can just understand the rack, and he just remove the old router from your rack, and he install the new router in the rack. And he just connect the WAN cable here and LAN cable here, and just turn on the power. And that's all. That's all I'm talking. This router is going to be live. Might be guys are thinking how it's possible, but it's possible. This is known as the zero touch provisioning. So this is one of the great feature available in Cisco SD-WAN, where you don't have to do anything. Even you want to achieve complete zero touch based provisioning in your production, you can do that. Make sense? So that's why he's saying that in SDN. Yes, Praveen, any questions you have?
no, I'm just saying yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So in SDN, you are not only going to get very good features that is going to improve your performance, that is going to boost your security, that is going to lower your complexity, because your overall design is going to be very similar, flat design. So your complexity is not going to be some side having some different design, some different configuration. No, everywhere similar configuration. They have the flexibility. You can integrate this router with a SaaS application, cloud integrations, very flexibility. They will reduce the cost. Why the cost? Your manpower is going to reduce. You don't have to buy the third-party tools. vManage is going to be work as one of the monitoring tools who going to be keep eye on the each and every statistics, and you can pull the report. You can monitor that vManage. Intent-based networking means whatever you want, you can do the networking, like application-based routing, traffic steering, traffic manipulations, conditional failover, right? Some kind of the advanced settings, you can do that. Predictable application experience means you can understand how my application is going to behave tomorrow, how many applications is going to be having after 1 week, how many application, how my application is going to behave after 1 month based on your statistics available in your like all your vManage dashboard. You also can understand how we can do the application aware routing, means based on the Facebook, based on the Yahoo, Gmail, it's all possible. Zero trust provisioning, I talk about that. And the most important guide, zero trust fabric. What does that mean, zero trust fabric? Means if anyone want to join on the fabric, you must have to prove your identity. If you fail to prove your identity, you are not allowed to join my fabric. That is the one more important thing, and you guys have to digest it. Means if you want to join, I'll talk on this. Let's suppose this router, and for that region, we have the dedicated component here, and this is the validator. This validator is a very important. This is the orchestration tool. If any routers want to join my fabric, any vManage want to join my fabric, any controller join my fabric, anyone want to join, They have to prove their identity. Just think about you're going to join in the company. Before get the join inside the company, you have to prove your identity. You are the right candidate. You have the right offer letter, and all credential certification is right. Then only your HR is going to allow to join the company. Your credential is going to fail, they will not onboard you in the company. Similarly, this is going to be happen in the your SDN. I hope you guys like this story and you get some valuable insights in today's session. That's all for today. We'll continue this session in next class. I will talk some business ready challenges and we'll move further on the controller part, guys. Any questions, any feedback, any suggestions, most welcome. You can type in chat as well.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. That is very great.
All right. Thank you, RK.
no
I
question.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please, Mohammed Akhtar, please go ahead.
Yeah, so like in the starting, we discussed about the VS, CS, and the SD-WAN is something, right?
I discussed about the 𝗵𝗃 SD-WAN, Cisco SD-WAN, Catalyst SD-WAN,
Yes,
vEdge, cEdge, and vManage.
So is that cEdge is like a CSR or ASR router we are talking about?
Yes, I will talk CSR, ASR, ISR, C1000, 8000. These are the routers who support the Cisco SD-WAN images. So if you want to convert your normal router into the like Cisco SD-WAN supportable router, you can do that.
So those are known as CS, right?
Yes, CH.
And Catalyst is the something different from it, is it?
No, the same. CH is going to be there. That is a catalyst only. The product is CH only with a catalyst. That's all.
Oh.
Nothing changes. So CH is going to be known as a catalyst.
Okay.
I will deploy and I'll just use still I didn't use the official slide. So you guys will understand. Let me show you quickly. Just 2 minutes. Give me 1 minute, guys. I was having a plan to show not this slide. This is not right slide. Give me 1 second. My training Catalyst SD-WAN. This is what I want to show you today. So I will explain this PPT now. You guys will understand. So I will go with the official documentation and I will discuss over that.
Okay, all right, sure.
Okay. Thank you, Leela Ramji. Noted. Thank you. All right, guys. Have a great evening, good day, or good night to all. See you again in the next class. Bye bye. Take care of yourself. See you
Yeah,
again.